Yeah, nothing, nah. Nothing what I anticipated. Huh? These people have portrayed themselves to me that time, as I did. I did became suspicious about their activities, and I did ask them back. I actually confronted them. I said, "How come? I mean, how come you're asking me, questions like, what am I gonna do? What's gonna be with me? This and that. Do you have something in your bags? Something?" I said, there was absolutely no reason for me not to succeed. You see, I was built basically to succeed anywhere in the world, in any country in the world. After all, I was built tougher than anybody else. So it was a natural question to confront and ask these people, why questions like that? Where are those questions coming from? And folks, the answer is no, 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 no. That is the answer. And we are international community from human rights organizations, Amnesty International, United Nations, this and that, and you happen to be from such and such country, and because in the United States of America things have happened to people, this and that, we are concerned about you and we want to make sure how you are doing good. So in other words, we are your friends, we are your friends. Even that these statements didn't make sense with their threats, threats such as we're gonna perform lobotomy on you if you're not gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna, you're gonna get killed, what happened to this guy, what happened to that guy. Things didn't, their logic didn't really make sense. But like I stated, I was in a bad situation, and I will tell you more about it in continuation as we continue. But back to my case. Why and what, in my case, what have happened afterwards? What have happened afterwards is that these psychiatrists, psychologists, doctors have used the information which I have basically supplied them with, or my things that I entrusted them, in order to create continuation of abuse which have previously taken place in what was communist Yugoslavia and communist Slovenia afterwards. Meaning, per their agreements, per communist American agreement of fulfillment, per statistic requirements of what you have seen on those videos, the continuous persecution had to be implemented against me, because it was all work, it was all what government has basically tremendously invested into case like myself, like case like Bobby, and then the other guy that was portrayed over there as Nazi, and the other one who did committed killings in Finland and in France, in Germany, Britain, Canada, United States, and everywhere else. Yeah, you have to understand that, people. The governments have invested enormous amounts of money in those kind of psychological tortures, in torments of people. So, at whatever costs, also for other reasons, or for this torture procedures, the individual, once is exposed to those elements, has to be brought till the end, because it is the only way that state can protect her interests. And in this case, we're not talking about one state, but we are talking about New World Order, or already what was taken 40 years ago, when all the states were actually mutually agreed to create statistics which we observe and to which we witness today, the statistics as I have shown you earlier. So what have followed basically next was severe abuse, first on workplaces, such as minimum wage. Most of the jobs that the best paid job in the United States of America I ever got to was $8 an hour job. That was the highest pay. And it was the jobs that I was entitled to were jobs as a security officer and truck driver. That was it. And the cashier in the garage. That was it. Everything else, it was declined. Jobs as per my profession, like maintenance mechanic, industrial maintenance mechanic, or mechanical engineering technician, which they earn easily for 40 hours of work, over $50,000 per year, forget it. You can dream about it. These were jobs to literally get me going from one paycheck to another paycheck. The working conditions, impossible. I was pushed into impossible, inhumane working conditions. I was pushed and forced to work during mostly what were nights and into rotating shifts, such as every second or third day shifts would simply rotate, change. And I have even appeared at work at times like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Severe psychological abuse, racism, it was not limited to it. Not only racism, prejudice against my nationality, against my race, against my against me completely everything. You don't understand. Everything that I have done have bothered these people. They were completely bothered with anything I would done. I have spent time working at these places to which I was compelled, as mentioned earlier, mostly with what was ex-military personnel. The severe physical tortures have taken place, beatings, physical confrontations. I was attacked physically. The cancer, I got the cancer in one of the testicles. Because why? I got the cancer because simply I was not allowed to use the restroom. It went to extents, as I mentioned earlier, what have happened to my back. They have ruined my health, ruined biological clock with things that I have mentioned to you. No health insurance. There was a year and a half health insurance within the 13 years that I spent in the United States. Jobs would not allow me to go, which were paid below almost half of what others earned. Would not even allow me to go home once in 2 months to sleep in the bed. But I had to sleep in the trucks. Eight years of forceful unemployment during 15 years. 5 years. Right now I suffer of uninterrupted employment. And today is July 5th, 2010. It was like this until what was 2006, or day when I have finally decided to leave the United States of America for Europe, to return back to Europe. And that's exactly what I did. I made an assumption that this Slovenia, who have joined what was now European Union membership states, have changed. That something could change in between. I have also had American passport, citizenship. I have become naturalized citizen of the United States of America. Therefore, I have assumed I was somehow safe. But no, I was not. I have applied for 1,000 jobs, didn't get one. I have ended up working on what was assembly line, which was position which consisted of 2 jobs on assembly line, on a car assembly line. They have joined 2 jobs into 1 job, into 1 position, and have pushed me into that at what was below the minimum wage. I was forced to work with people from Bulgaria and other people who didn't have any education at all. Nothing. Zilch, nothing. I would lose in about probably 4 hours of work, I'd probably end up losing, I don't know, 5 liters of water from my body. That's how much impossible conditions were.